That's up to El Salvador if they want to return him. That's not up to us.
The U.S. Supreme Court says a man mistakenly deported to El Salvador should be brought back to the United States. But the Trump administration says nothing can be done to facilitate his return. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert with more.
This morning, the legal standoff over the future of a Maryland immigrant mistakenly deported to a notorious prison in El Salvador is escalating. El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, at the White House yesterday refused to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia to the United States.
How can I return him to the United States? Like I smuggle him into the United States, or what do I do? Of course, I'm not going to do it.
The Trump administration insists Abrego Garcia is a member of the violent MS-13 gang who entered the U.S. illegally. But the Supreme Court last week ruled his removal from the U.S. was illegal and ordered the administration to facilitate his return. The issue now? The administration argues the court cannot force the president to negotiate with a foreign government.
That's up to El Salvador if they want to return him. That's not up to us.
Abrego Garcia's lawyer insists the U.S. government does have the ability to bring his client home.
What we're asking is exactly what the Supreme Court told them. Let's facilitate his return. And we do this all the time. We're asking them to follow the law.
While Abrego Garcia's case remains in limbo, the Trump administration is sending more migrants to that prison. And now Trump is suggesting American-born criminals could follow, which would test U.S. law.
We also have homegrown criminals that are absolute monsters. I'd like to include them in the group of people to get them out of the country, but you'll have to be looking at the laws on that.
Before reporters and cameras were allowed into the Oval Office, remember the Salvadoran delegation was live streaming, and Trump can be heard on that live stream saying, quote, homegrowns are next. The homegrown, suggesting Bukele needs to build about 5 more prisons.
Under President Bukele, El Salvador declared an emergency in 2022, allowing for mass arrests with no due process. Since then, nearly 85,000 people have been imprisoned. Hundreds have reportedly died in custody. But the crime rate in El Salvador has plummeted, and Bukele's popularity has soared. Homicides have dropped from more than 2,000 in 2019 to just 114 last year. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.